The focus of a lot of discussions I know you've been having with your Russian colleagues is what is happening in the Idlib de-escalation zone. Mm-hmm. I've read, and I'm no expert, that the Russians are a little worried about who is now in charge of the space of Idlib. Mm-hmm. What is going on there, and why should we or should we not be worried about what is going on there?
Let me say, a few things, what happened before, the Geneva process, and then as a complementary of that, the Geneva process, Turkey, Iran, and Russia initiated the Astana process. During the Astana process, the 3-4 areas selected, Quneitra, Eastern Ghouta, and the Hama, finally Idlib. The 3 out of those 4 secure areas, the safe havens, let's say, already occupied, already seized, depending on your choice. You can select the right word. Because they say, the regime says they didn't made anything over there, just the opposition left the area. But when you look at the pictures after the operation, those towns, you will better understand what happened in that area. We felt a similar thing could happen to the Idlib. So we came together with the Russians, and then we discussed, and then we signed the MOU with Russians on the 17th September. That means we would come together, and then we would establish some observation posts in both sides. Plus, we would provide the ceasefire and the final stability. To some extent, we succeeded. After the signing of that MOU, we have seen that the ceasefire violation 90% decreased. It was only a good number, but at the same time, we would remove the radicals and the heavy weapons from the safe zone, almost 15 to 20 kilometers around Idlib.
Has that happened successfully, that process?
Because of the nature of the terrain, nature of the population, nature of the terrorists, some of those the radicals, it was too difficult to complete all of them entirely. But to some extent, also the Russian counterparts noticed that we did a great job over there, and we avoided them to attack their main concern, Hümeymim, the air base, some attack by some of those groups in Idlib against them. So we can say easily we avoided all of them. But still, there are some concern in the minds of the Russian counterparts, but we are working on that. The situation is still critical, still serious in Idlib, I should say, and almost 3.5 million people living over there. And so far, we assume our operation, our activities as a success. Otherwise, at least some of them will need to leave the Idlib. That means another influx of the refugee to Turkey, Europe, maybe to US, United States. This is the success of this operation. So we are in very close contact with the Russian side, and then we are exchanging of the views, exchanging of the intelligence to keep the ceasefire and the stability in all over the Idlib. And then I hope we will succeed it.
Returning to the north of Syria, if I may, there is the idea that Turkey is promoting of a safe zone to protect its security interests. Again, some people, including the Russians, have some doubts about that. Are you succeeding in persuading them of the necessity for a safe zone? And tell us again why such a space would be so crucial for Turkey's security.
It is not concern only for the Russians, but also for the American colleagues. They have some concern in that issue. The bottom line within the problem, the safety and security of our borders and the people, Turkish people. Nobody, no country likes to live with the terrorist groups along their borders. In our border, they are preparing the tunnels, positions, and every day there are some skirmishes, there are some violations, there are some harassment against the outposts of the Turkish armed forces within the borderline. At this point, let me clarify, never ever we are thinking any kinds of the operation against the ordinary people, against even the Kurdish people or the Arab people. All of them are the brothers, all of them very highly respected by Turkey, and then never ever we have any business with innocent people. Only target for the Turkey, the YPG, the terrorist groups. We are trying to keep to provide the security of our border. That means we have to push them at least 30, 40 kilometers down south, because they are not using only the conventional weapons, ammunition, but also they are using the model planes, drones against Turkey. For instance, yesterday we witnessed 3 of them. Fortunately, there was no casualty, but anyway, they tried. This is the situation, so everybody should understand what we are trying to do over there.